simple pendulum. Ideal definition of simple pendulum. Simple pendulum consists of heavy point mass, and this heavy point mass, it is suspended to the rigid support with the help of weightless and inextensible string. Inextensible string means what? The length of string remains as it is when certain mass is connected to its end. Now, difficulty with ideal simple pendulum. In actual practice, we can get point mass, but point mass means a body whose dimension is negligible, and we observe that when we take a body whose dimension is very small, negligible, then such body it is not heavy. On the other hand, we can get heavy body, but heavy body it is not point mass. At the same time, we are unable to get weightless string, and therefore the very practical simple pendulum. Practical simple pendulum consists of heavy metal sphere. This heavy metal sphere, it is known as bob. It is suspended from the rigid support with the help of weightless string. Now this is a metal sphere and it is connected to the rigid support with the help of string. O position, it is known as mean position or equilibrium position. When center of gravity of pendulum it is situated below center of suspension, then that position it is known as equilibrium position, and in this position pendulum is at rest. Now consider this pendulum is displaced up to position A and then pendulum is released. Pendulum performs to and fro motion as shown in the figure. From one extreme position, pendulum goes to mean position and then goes to second extreme position. From second extreme position, pendulum returns to same position A. In this way, pendulum complete one oscillation. Now, length of simple pendulum, it is the distance between center of suspension and center of gravity. Distance between center of suspension and center of gravity, it is length of pendulum. Now, time period of simple pendulum. Time taken by pendulum to complete one oscillation, it is known as time period, and now we calculate time period of simple pendulum. Consider M, it is the mass of bob of simple pendulum, and suppose L, it is the length of simple pendulum. O, it is known as equilibrium position. Consider pendulum is disturbed from equilibrium position, and suppose pendulum is released. Then pendulum perform oscillatory motion. Now pendulum perform oscillatory motion. Suppose P, it is any position of pendulum. Suppose theta represent angular displacement of pendulum, and suppose x represent linear displacement of pendulum. In this position P, there are two different forces acting on the pendulum. First force acting on the pendulum, it is known as weight of pendulum. Weight of pendulum, it is denoted by W, and W it is equal to mg. This is force acting on the pendulum in vertically downward direction. Second force acting on the pendulum, it is a tension of the string. Tension of the string, it is acting along direction PO. In this way, there are two different forces acting on the pendulum, weight and tension. Now, corresponding angles are congruent, and therefore measure of this angle is theta. If we produce two different axes, then measure of this angle is theta. Now we can observe weight. It is that vector quantity which is making an angle theta with one axis, and therefore we can resolve weight into two different components. First component, it is mg cos theta. First component, it is mg cos theta. It is acting along direction OP as shown in this figure. Second force acting on the bob of pendulum, it is mg sin theta. This is second component of weight, mg sin theta. Now in figure, we can observe tension and mg cos theta, they are acting in opposite direction, and therefore these two forces balances each other. These two forces cancel each other. Therefore only one unbalanced force it is acting on the bob of pendulum, and that component it is equal to mg sin theta. Mg sin theta, it is force acting on the bob of pendulum, and we observe it is directed towards mean position, and therefore this component of weight provide restoring force. Therefore restoring force it is provided by mg sin theta. Now in equation 1 there is a negative sign which indicates direction of angular displacement, it is opposite to that of restoring force. Direction of angular displacement, it is opposite to that of restoring force. Now if theta is small, then sin theta it is approximately equal to theta, and therefore force acting on a pendulum it is given by F, it is equal to minus m into g into theta. But suppose we use equation angle it is equal to length of arc upon radius of circle, and therefore angle means angular displacement, length of arc means linear displacement, and here radius of circle it is equal to length of pendulum theta, it is replaced by x upon L, where x is a linear displacement of pendulum at position P. Substituting theta, it is equal to x upon L in equation 2, we get restoring force it is equal to minus mg into x upon L. Now transferring mass, we get force upon mass it is equal to minus g into x upon L. According to Newton's second law, force upon mass represent acceleration, and therefore acceleration of pendulum it is equal to minus of g into x upon L. But g upon L it is constant, and therefore acceleration of pendulum it is equal to constant into displacement. That is, we can write acceleration it is directly proportional to displacement, and therefore here we prove acceleration it is directly proportional to displacement. Therefore we can say that bob of pendulum perform simple harmonic motion. This motion of bob it is a simple harmonic motion. Magnitude of acceleration per unit displacement it is given by g upon L, and therefore use expression for time period. Time period for a simple harmonic motion t, it is equal to twice pi upon under root of acceleration per unit displacement, magnitude of acceleration per unit displacement. This is formula for the time period. Therefore, t it is equal to twice pi under root of g upon L. On simplification, we get expression t it is equal to twice pi under root of L upon g. This is expression to calculate time period of simple pendulum. Now, different laws of time period of simple pendulum. From this equation, we can say time period of simple pendulum, it is directly proportional to square root of length. If g it is kept constant, then time period it is directly proportional to square root of length. Time period of simple pendulum, it is inversely proportional to square root of acceleration due to gravity when L, length of pendulum, it is kept constant. Time period of simple pendulum, it is independent on mass of bob of simple pendulum, as well as time period of simple pendulum, it is independent on amplitude of SHM. These are different laws of time period of simple pendulum. Now we discuss seconds pendulum. When time period of pendulum it is equal to 2 seconds, then such pendulum it is known as seconds pendulum. Time taken by pendulum to complete one oscillation, it is 2 seconds, then such pendulum it is known as seconds pendulum. We now calculate expression for the length of seconds pendulum. Time period of pendulum t it is equal to twice pi under root of L upon g. According to definition, time period of seconds pendulum it is 2 seconds, and therefore substituting value in the equation of time period we get 2, it is equal to twice pi under root of L upon g. Now on simplification, we get 1 upon pi, it is equal to under root of L upon g. Taking square of both sides, we get 1 upon pi square, it is equal to L upon g, and therefore we get L it is equal to g upon pi square. This is expression for the length of seconds pendulum. At the surface of earth, value of acceleration due to gravity, it is considered to be constant, and it is 9.8 meter per square second, and substituting that g in equation of length of pendulum, then we get 9.8 divided by 3.14 square, and this value it is approximately found to be 0.994 meter. In this way, length of seconds pendulum.